episode 152. Thank you all for listening to episode 151, Mamba Out, Remembering Kobe Bryant. I am Gerald, here with my co-host,
Jake.
From State Farm.
Yes, sir. Not wearing khakis, by the way.
Oh, that's who I am.
You still look hideous.
You still look idiot. That would be Cody Bryant and khakis. Or is that what you said? State Farm. What did you say?
State Farm.
State Farm. All right, State Farm is in the house. So, wrestling show. We had a good one on the last one. So, we are now on to wrestling. So, thank you to Wes Anderson for Moments in Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, first and primary sponsor of Over the Line Sports Podcast. Brandon can help you with all of your clothing needs. allwearclothing.com. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you to Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, Crandall's Quality Landscaping now, formerly Lawn Care. Give Sean a call, still the same number, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo and surrounding areas, and not
Going north.
north to Alaska, maybe.
Yeah, what's that? Oh, right there.
Going north, the rush is on.
Gordon, Bombay.
Gordon, Bombay, Alaska.
All right.
We'll take it.
That's actually just Gordon, Alaska.
Yeah. Gordon, Alaska. Thank you, Crandall's Quality Lawn Care. Thank you to Tim at Verizon. Verizon is a true technology business partner that can help local businesses deploy technologies that can positively impact operations and increase revenue for the company. At Verizon, we do not wait for the future.
We build it.
Get in touch with a sales rep in your area, Verizon.com. Thank you to Cassandra at PNC. Visit her at the White House branch or give her a call, 419-877-0634. She can help with all your banking needs, whether it be loans, credit cards, personal banking. She is there to help. Thank you to Sparty Steve, who sponsored the Friggers Lunch, gave us our spot to record for episode 100, giving us our spot to record in our crossover episode with the grown-ups in April, and also episode 200 in July, both on the 18th of their months. Looking forward to that. And thank you to Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
Yep, get with Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com for any of your single life needs, any advice, anything you think that you will be able to better yourself with the opposite sex or whomever you may like. Get with Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
So are we still trying to get somebody to Connell Barrett?
Yep, still hasn't happened. Yep.
Still waiting on that bottle.
Still waiting.
What'd you think of the Screwball, the peanut butter whiskey?
I like that.
It's delicious.
It's all right. Had a little kick to it at the end.
Yeah, that end, man. That was rough. At first, I was like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Like, Bear had it on us. He got a pre-show of it, because you had it, over last weekend?
Yep, Friday night.
Nice. Where were you at Friday?
Parkway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's hanging.
Hanging. You can just hang down there?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I didn't know that.
Playing pool. Drinking beer.
Can you fly down there?
I mean, you can fly anywhere. You're a parrot. Why would you not be able to fly?
Some places have no parrot zones.
If you can fly, I'm sure you can perch.
I didn't say you could go in. You just asked if you could fly, and I said
Well,
yes.
can I go in?
No.
Can I fly in?
No.
Oh, see, that's a no parrot zone.
They wouldn't let birds in there.
Goddamn bird.
You got to look out for that.
What do we have Justin on the Twitter? I know that we had something from him in regards to, what was it, George Kittle, I think. Talks about his first down and what he does. And I haven't seen the video, so I don't know what he does when he has a first down.
I don't know.
I know it's kind of, he's paying homage to some people there. And I know that Bear's going to pull it up for us.
Yeah. So his first down celebration is from Pentagon Jr., who obviously is in AEW. I mean, he's always been a huge wrestling fan in general. He's done like the Stunner and the Rock Bottom. And he just says his first down celebrations from Pentagon Jr. They don't have the video of him doing it, just of him talking about it.
Oh, nice.
But Justin on the Twitter asked, what other wrestling moves / catchphrases would make great football celebrations?
What? Oh, God.
I mean, no one will be able to hear that, but
Yeah.
I'd love to see an RKO. Just on RKO when you're...
It's probably happened. I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like a lot
right.
of them probably. I mean, because they have the stunner, and like I said, he's done the
Yeah.
rock bottom. He's done most of that. Now,
right.
if someone did Mr. Sacco to somebody, now that would be
Right.
great.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
I have a
Joe
Mr.
Horn
Sacco.
pulling out his cell
Right.
phone, or T.O. pulling out a Sharpie. Someone just pulls a sock right out and just sock from their jock.
That would be great. George Kittle does that.
Right.
Phrases, I don't know. Just bring it could be an easy one.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe some. I'm sure they've probably already done some Ric Flair stuff by now.
Oh.
You know, a styling and profiling, or even a Ric Flair strut after.
I want to see
touchdown or
somebody do
something.
that and take off their cleat and throw it in the stands.
Yeah,
Like when he
yeah,
threw
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
his loafers.
now
$5
that's what I want
grand.
to see.
Yeah, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen now.
Yeah,
No, they'll just make them give it back, and then if they don't, kick them out of the stadium.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
That's what they do. The NFL, like if you get a game ball or something, they throw it in the stands. Like they come to you and they ask you to give it back, and then if you don't,
Really?
like yeah, and then if you don't, you get kicked out of the stadium.
Do you get to keep the ball when they kick
No.
you out?
No, they still take the ball. Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were just
Yeah.
like, I'll leave a Bengals game. For
I was
that.
like, I'll leave a damn Bengals game to have a game ball. Are you kidding me? I'll get it and just walk straight
Honestly,
out.
isn't
They
that
won't
how
find
they-
me.
Unless
Isn't that
you're
how they
fast
get
getting security.
Bengals fans?
But wait a
in the
minute.
game?
What about when like players hand it to somebody?
Like yeah, like
Nah.
a family member, like DeAndre Hopkins does to his mom
I think you
every
still
single
have
time he
that.
scores a touchdown.
I think the players still just pay a fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his mom gets to keep those balls.
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
I think the fans get to keep the balls too.
Yeah, I think you do get to keep it. I don't know. I know if you don't give it back, you get kicked out.
I think it's only the ones like, which is odd, like the ones when they miss field goals in the stands, like make them give them back. Because I think the ones that they throw them like to the upper deck, I doubt they're giving them back.
No,
Right.
I heard it was don't matter where it goes.
I mean,
they'll
Well,
have security
Parrot,
come.
hey, Stat
Yeah.
Parrot,
Eh.
return and find that out for us by the end of the show if you can. Because I know that's football. We're
Yeah.
not talking to that. Did we get anything from Jason?
yeah.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while for
Yeah.
Jason.
Let's see here.
I appreciate Jason. It's been a while.
Oh, shh.
Is he bitching about Sasha Banks not being in the Rumble?
No, we talked about that the other night, though. He said, his quote was, "She is too classy for this."
Okay.
Number one. I'm sure we'll get into this, but Rumble was boring. Too predictable. Thoughts? Probably something we'll get into later.
Yep.
Imagine. we'll
I
talk
disagree with the boring, but
It was all right.
About, yeah.
the first part was boring, but we'll
Right.
get into that.
Yeah, like I said, it was all right. Number two, Scottish guy as a face is awkward. I mean,
I'm okay with it.
McIntyre was much better as a heel.
But now he can crack jokes and be funny, and he's actually funny.
He's funny though.
Yeah.
He was funny with 3MB.
Oh, he was great. And
They
now he
just,
can be
like-
funny, but a badass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And we'll talk about that. Like on Raw, he destroyed the OC. It was great.
Orange County.
Yep.
Okay. Number three, Roll Tide on the Women's Rumble. Your opinions. There were a lot of scantily clothed divas, or sorry, women's wrestlers now.
They just want to be called wrestlers.
Wrestlers,
Not even
sorry.
women.
Oh,
They
yeah,
want their
just
title
wrestlers.
names changed to not the
Yeah.
women's title, but the
Just what, heavyweight or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, top three probably
I guess that's the only way you can get away with
Man.
calling a woman heavy.
Mandy, Carmella, Kelly.
yeah. Mandy Rose looked good.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Parrot, did you watch the Rumble?
No, I watched the Grammys.
Oh, I told you to come over.
Yeah, you told me to come over, and then I got sucked into the Grammys.
Yeah, sure.
Alicia Keys had me.
There's a Kobe.
Did you
jersey.
get sucked into the Grammys or did you get
there
sucked
we
into
go.
the Grammys?
I got sucked into the Grammys.
There you go.
A-Dub.
All right.
What is that? SoCal?
Yep.
Yep.
Number
Love it.
4. Number 4. Brock is fat. He lost 5 pounds of water sweating. Dude, like the first like 4 eliminations, he was fine, and then out of nowhere, it's like, what happened? Like it was just instant sweat. It was crazy. And then when Shelton came in and hugged him, you just saw this. It was
Yeah.
like, ugh.
This is the first time Brock Lesnar ain't worked that long in like 4 years.
I know.
And we'll talk about that too.
Yeah. Number 5. Mandy Rose and the Husky guy was the best spot of the show, correct?
I agree.
No.
Otis?
Yeah.
He knows exactly who Otis is. He's just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when
that
he
was
rolled
hilarious.
out and we didn't know, and then
Right.
you just see Otis holding her
Yeah.
up.
Just laying right on top of her.
Right.
Like, yeah. I hope Otis is getting a piece of that too.
Yeah, we did mention that. Hold on, we got an update.
So this is what I found out about the game ball procedures. So the policy in the NFL at most stadiums is you can keep the ball, but you are automatically ejected if you did. In other words, you had to leave the game if you wanted the ball.
Thanks, we know what ejected means. Yeah,
He's just reading it.
But I'm pretty sure that, like, when Cam Newton scores a touchdown in the first quarter and he gives it to a 5-year-old,
Well,
I
they're not gonna
don't
kick a
think.
5-year-old
Well,
out.
why not? That's the rule.
And I also read.
So we break rules for kids.
So it's-
Well, it's a $6,000 fine per
Yeah.
game ball that is.
Oh, it's
given.
$6,000 now.
Yeah, and
Shit.
it double.
I
That's
think-
the first offense
Oh,
is
yeah.
6,000, but it can double
Yeah.
after that.
I think when Cam had that season, he donated to
well,
charity or
I'm
something
sure
like that.
I'm sure they use discretion too. I mean, and it's in most stadiums.
No, I don't know.
They're
It is the
trying to-
NFL.
True.
Roger Goodell is the skeeziest
Right.
person in the world. So
True. They probably are kicking cancer kids out.
It's the NFL. Wouldn't be
All
shocked.
right, look, kid, you got one way or the other.
Cancer or you're gone.
You want
You
the
can either
ball
keep the
or
ball, right? We can either put you on camera
That's
or you
terrible.
can take this ball and go home.
Well, there's
That's
a good chance
bullshit.
that Cam Newton will throw me one anyways here. So
Yeah, it's
whether he scores or not, he'll be overthrowing a wide receiver.
true. Yeah, it's bullshit what they do if they kick kids out that have cancer or anybody. This is terrible.
Number 6, poor Elias. What a waste of talent.
And I mentioned that last week.
We agree.
You
He
can say
is-
that with just about the 90% of the roster. In WWE.
Elias, man, he's so wasted. And
Yeah.
it pissed me off. He was what? He was out number 2. Last year
Yeah.
he was out number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And because he went with what? Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about that. And just terrible. Whatever. Fuck it. What do you got? Anything else?
That was it. That was it for this week.
Okay. Let's talk about the Rumble. So, so we switched how we're doing points with this. We used to do records. This is a lot easier doing points. I appreciate this so much more. So we decided if you got somebody in the Final Four, you got a point. If you got somebody that won, you get 2 additional. So you get 3 potentially if they won. So to update how that went, so this is the first event of the year. Brandon and I both have 10. Bear has 9. Cody has 6. Parrot has 3.
I didn't get skunked, so I'm happy.
So the final. So in the let's talk about the other match. We all took Andrade, even Parrot. Me and Parrot took Lacey. We lost that, and the other 3 took Bailey. 4 out of 5 of us took Sheamus over Shorty G. You can guess who took Shorty G. Roman, 4 out of 5. You can guess who took King Corbin. The Fiend and Daniel Bryan. Fiend for 3 of us. Daniel Bryan for Jake and Cody.
What made you think Daniel Bryan was going to win, though?
Because I don't know who he
I'm not
is.
talking about you. I'm not even looking at you.
When I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to the one who knows wrestling.
I mean, if they're going to switch the title and you're going to give it to somebody going into WrestleMania, why not give it to Daniel Bryan?
Because the Fiend is going to,
But, I figured they would, at this point, they would move away from the Fiend.
Don't you think
No.
the Demon's
But-
coming back for WrestleMania for that Demon Finn Balor and the Fiend?
I hope not.
I do.
They're going to fuck up that build, too.
Don't. Come on, man.
They already fucked up the Fiend Daniel Bryan build by fucking Fiend beating him the first time.
True, but Daniel Bryan now has short
What are you
hair.
gonna come
He's
back
baby.
for? Oh,
He's
I'm
Bryan
sorry.
Danielson again.
Yes, let's not let's beat short hair Daniel Bryan instead of long hair Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, let's be Bryan Danielson again.
Yeah, let's beat him one more time.
Yep. All right, and then in the women's, so the final 4, Brandon had 2 of them. Bear had 2, I had 2, and Cody had 2. We all had Charlotte and Shayna Baszler. Parrot had Charlotte, surprisingly. He had Alexa, which was not a bad pick. She didn't make it. Nikki Cross and Sarah Logan. Brandon had Nia and Sasha. Neither one was in the Rumble. Bear had Alexa and Sasha. Sasha not in the Rumble.
Hey,
I had Bailey and Sasha because I thought Bailey was going to lose to Lacey and show up. And then Cody had Lacey and Alexa. So they did not make it. The final 4 was actually Natalya and Beth Phoenix.
Yep.
So, and Beth Phoenix got a bad... How did she get that? I didn't see how she got that big cut.
It's on the back of her head, yeah.
But she stayed in. She stayed in there. And then in the men's, Brandon was the only one that had 2 people in it. Cody had none. Oh, wait. I'm wrong. I'm sorry, Cody. You had 7.
Hey, man.
I put the name wrong.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, buddy. You had 7. You had McIntyre in there. I'll give you 7 points.
See?
Anyone. You had Ricochet. Damn it. I fucked up bad for you.
Come on,
I must have skipped you. You had Roman, too.
Damn, dude.
So,
see, a CO conspiracy.
I was like, there's no way Cody did that bad.
yeah, no, now that I'm looking at it and reading it, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, Cody was the only one that took Asuka, by the way, over Becky. Not Parrot. Why'd you take Asuka?
I figured they were going to try to build something.
I mean, there's never title changes heavyweight at the Rumble.
Think, I would try
especially 2.
I'm sorry. I tried to make logic of an illogical situation.
You're making logic of the WWE?
Yes.
That's silly.
The one time I would think they would not let me down.
It was Royal Rumble.
What was I thinking?
Good luck. That's what happened when I picked freaking Drew McIntyre last year to win the Rumble because he was supposed to win.
So in the Rumble, I apologize, Cody. You had 2 of them in the final.
That's right.
Brandon had 2. Bear had 1. I had 1, and he won because I took Drew. So I got 3 on that. Parrot had none. But not bad picks. Well, 3 of them were bad. Shinsuke, Ray, Rusev.
Ooh, Shinsuke wasn't even in the Rumble.
Correct.
Damn.
Bad beat.
No, he was in it.
Ray
no,
was.
He wasn't in it.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
He got thrown out. Yeah.
Shinsuke. What's Shinsuke?
Yeah,
he did come in.
He was like 10 seconds. Yeah.
But Rusev, him and
Bobby Lashley.
Lashley, got kicked out. Or I shouldn't say kicked out, but before the show, they got into an altercation backstage, and neither of them could be in it. So who knows what the hell's going on with that?
Right.
Oh, Lana looked good too in the women's.
Yeah, she did.
CJ Perry
for 25 seconds that she was in there.
Right. So, I had Brock, Aleister Black, Finn Balor. Aleister Black, I think, went out 5th.
No, Seth did.
Seth was 5th?
Yeah, because everyone ganged up on him.
Who was the final 4 then? It was Roman, Drew, Orton, Edge. Yeah, and we'll talk about that. So I had Brock, Balor, Black, and McIntyre. McIntyre won. Cody had McIntyre, Roman, Ricochet, Brock. McIntyre, Roman were there. Those were good if Brock, but I like how they did it. Bear had Kane winning, Kane Velasquez.
Yeah, I was about to say, specify that, please.
That's got to be Kane with a C.
Not the demon.
Not the mayor.
Braun and Brock, and then Brandon had Aleister Black, Lesnar, Orton, McIntyre. Solid picks too. So updated standings, I'm sorry. 10-10 for me and Brandon, 9 for Bear, 8 for Cody, still 3 for Caca. And let's talk about the Rumble. So Edge returned, and honestly, we weren't sure. We had heard rumblings of it. We thought he might.
Yeah.
He looked good, like just shredded.
Yeah.
And he looked like he hadn't lost a step.
Well, hell, he had 10 years off.
He did. And that's the thing. He had
10 years.
10 years age, too.
Yeah. So he's 45 now, and he looked great. He came in, and what pissed me off to no end, how the fuck the guy returns after 9 years and you miss his first spear.
That was awesome.
But I did see fan footage. It was a solid spear with Dolph.
LOL WWE.
And then
it was perfect.
He comes by, and we'll talk about this.
I think I even said that. How do you miss that?
That's because I was getting ready, and you said it. And then he comes back through. He spears AJ, and AJ tries to make it traumatic and does his flip like he normally does, but caught it on the shoulder. Did we get a final on where he's at? What's happening? We don't know if he's going to make Mania.
Haven't seen anything yet.
Because that's going to be rough. There was a good segment with Edge and Orton in the Rumble, and it was great to see. And then at the end, it came down to Roman and Drew, and I'm like, come on, please. What are you going to do? But the build-up. So Brock comes in, destroys everybody, and I'm okay with this, and here's why. It was boring for a bit, but you're like, okay, if he runs.
I was hoping that wire to wire.
Wire to wire, you hoped. But then how they played it, when Ricochet came in, and I got to give Brock credit, because he did a couple things where he sold for people, and that's big for Brock to do. For example, Keith Lee. When Keith Lee was coming out, Brock, the shock on his face, and then they line up with each other. They battle a little bit. I was pleasantly impressed with Brock for that.
I was hoping that was going to happen.
Yeah, but I think Brock makes them make it make sense too, though.
Yeah.
He's that guy. He's probably somebody that'll say, okay, I'll go do it, but make it make sense.
No, he's smart.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. And so he made him look good. And then Brock, you got to admit, there were during that there was a lot of things that had happened and people that came out, and there was a lot of things of people that you're like, oh, they fought Brock, like Kofi was there and other things, and you're like, all right. And Brock, he worked his ass off to help you. I mean, he did a lot in that, and that's not typical of Brock. We know. We talked about it in a few episodes back, or a few weeks back, month back, whatever it was, where Brock works. When's the last time he worked over 15 minutes? And we did some reading. We couldn't find it. Right. It took forever.
Went 26-24.
Yeah, and he was by himself doing that shit.
That's 2 years worth of work.
Right. And he probably got paid handsomely for that.
Right.
And there was a lot of rest for him, for at least 10, 20, 30 seconds, which he needs for that. But he did a lot. And when he took the kick in the nuts from Ricochet,
I'm so tired of that. God damn it!
What? The kick in the nuts.
The kick in the nuts.
But that's what you have to do, though. That's it, though, right?
But then, what if he remotely smartens up and wears a cup?
It still hurts like a motherfucker getting hit in a cup.
No, I know. But still,
almost could hurt worse.
It probably.
Anyways, with Styles, they're saying that it's a possible separated shoulder, but they only expect him to miss a couple months, and it's probably not serious.
Good to hear. And then, he gets kicked in the nuts, and then Drew kicks him over the top. And then Drew gets several people out later, gets Roman out, which was great to end. That was awesome for us when he did the Claymore and he throws him over the top. Beautiful Claymore.
That was perfect.
And I was happy to see that. And then on Raw, he did good. He did a call out to people. And then Brock did show up after the match and gave him an F5, left. Fine. Did you see the end of Raw?
I didn't watch Raw.
Anybody here? It's the first time I watched Raw.
I
watched it from 8 to 11, first time in years. Whew. And at the end, though, so, I'm sitting there watching it. Orton and Edge is out talking about everybody, thanking people. He gets emotional, of course. Orton comes out, gives him a big hug, so you're like, okay, this is setting up for something. You know what? I didn't know what would happen that night. So, out of nowhere, he RKO's Edge, and then he hits Edge with the chair, puts his neck in a chair, and Orton is such a good storyteller, and that's what I like about these old school guys. I'm sitting there, and I kid you not, this doesn't happen for me often. I'm sitting there on the couch, like, stomach ready to drop, and it doesn't happen for me anymore for wrestling, but I'm like, my stomach's about to drop, because his neck's in this chair, and we know it's kayfabe, whatever, pull it back, and you're like, fuck. Like, he slowly climbs to the top, he's sitting on the rope, and you're waiting for him to jump, and I'm like, it was such a long suspense, and I'm like, I don't care how you land on that, that's going to hurt. And I'm thinking about his neck, and I'm like, there's no way they're going to do it. Are they going to do it? And I'm sitting here, like, waiting, and Orton's just such a good storyteller, and he doesn't get a lot of credit for it often, and he doesn't have to say a thing. Yeah. Just he's a good storyteller. He's good with nonverbal.
I think the only thing with Randy Orton's storytelling, the stories take so goddamn long.
Right. But that one was good. And then he comes out.
But you kind of seen it coming.
Yeah.
And that was the only letdown for me. It's like, man, like you seen how they interacted during the Rumble, and you're thinking, oh great.
When he said, "You're shredded," he did the whole thing with his abs.
Right.
And he takes the chair off of him, he gets out of the ring, comes back, puts another chair under his head, and then hits the chairs together. That's a safer way to do it, obviously. But, of course, we can see the writing on the wall. Edge is fighting Orton in WrestleMania. I'm good with it.
Right.
I'm okay with that. That'll be a fun one to watch.
I mean, that's the only logical match you could really have with Edge coming back.
Well, except with Styles.
Do it.
Styles would have been fun.
I mean, he hurt him, so you have a built-in story.
Come on, man.
Built-in.
But it's WWE.
Well, I agree. But I'm saying built-in story.
Like if this was New Japan or
if this was 20 years ago, it would have been built-in.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know about even 20 years ago. You said 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Add another 20.
I mean, Edge was banging Lita, and they played off that. So.
Right, but
real life stuff.
Okay, and the other thing that kind of bugged me, John Morrison's really first time back, and they wasted him.
9 seconds. Eesh.
Wasted him. Like, let him come in later. At least get some time.
His slow-mo took longer than him in the ring.
Yeah, but what are they really going to do with John Morrison? I mean, honestly, they probably just signed him.
For the tag titles.
Yeah, but they don't even care about tag team wrestling.
Right.
And when they were a tag team before,
You're saying your guys are in the locker room. That's live. Well, you told me all I need to know. And then you see Viking Raiders come in and start beating up AOP, and you're like, all right, I'm good with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens, with Seth and Buddy Murphy. That's fine. But I want to see some build, not just waste and it's done, which is what WWE does.
I like Joe as a face. I do.
Yes.
Like I mean, as a heel, it was good, but it looked like it was overdone. Like it was just kind of cheesy.
They couldn't do it right.
No, it was. But
if
him
it was TNA heel Joe.
Yeah, it would have been great.
I like him as a face, so I'm happy they brought it because he's just, to me, it's just more entertainment. But it's not.
And Kevin Owens is a good heel too, but he's a good face because he's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's great. I mean, he just has great. he's one of the best talkers right now, if not the best.
And I don't want to get off topic, but you made me think of this for whatever reason. This came to mind. Talk is Jericho. You guys listen to that sometimes?
Not really.
No.
If you do, he did a good show with a guy that is that he knows very well, that has been on the show before, and they do the OJ murder trial, and he talks about what he thinks. It's really good. Like, I was pleasantly surprised on the depth they went to and the things. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Like the show or the legit trial?
The trial.
Okay.
The actual trial.
All right.
I bet the show was better than the trial.
Okay.
Yeah, they go through the whole trial, the whole sequence, what happened, how it happened, and he gives his take on what it is. Like, I've been studying this since '94. Like, this is what it is. And I was like, that's pretty. He came up with some solid stuff.
So he spent 2 hours to say OJ did it?
He did. He said OJ didn't do it. Is what he came back with.
Jericho?
No, the other guy.
Oh, the guy?
Because he's like, I think there was more than one person.
Okay, fine. Al Collins, he was there too.
He gives good reasons for it. He's like, look, no matter what, OJ's lying all the way.
Right.
No, even if he's like, I don't think OJ did
If he
it,
didn't-
but he's lying about all this other shit.
Yeah, I was like, if he didn't do it, he knows who did it. So,
OJ?
Yeah.
He might, but they talk about
He had something to do with it.
Well, they talk about the drug dealers. He talks about that in the drug dealers and how the drug dealers, Nicole and her friend owed some drug dealers money, so he paid him off the first time.
Right.
And then the second time, he's like, no.
Yeah, I think they went over a little bit of that in the that Made in America documentary too. So
pretty good. No, but check that out if you haven't heard it. I like listening to Jericho stuff because he uses that journalism background to really get information about everything, and he does it on wrestling, he does it on comedians, he does it on this type of shit, pop culture, bands, music, all that shit.
Yeah.
So
he falls down the rabbit hole.
Like
it's
us.
Okay.
And JR not wearing a tie.
So speaking of that, Taz is all elite now.
Yeah, he signed on.
Signed on,
which is good. It's good for him.
He's pretty big.
It's good for them too.
Peapod gave me some. We were talking about it, and like he mentioned, he's like, I'm okay if they take JR off and put Taz on. He's like, I'm done. JR's, I don't need him anymore. He likes Pentagon. He likes.
But you still
Tony.
need JR though.
Yeah,
you still need him because JR is still that link between the past and present. If you're going to a more traditional wrestling company,
Tony.
So I mean, there's nothing wrong with the two of them bridging that gap. But then Tony was out of wrestling for a few,
calling the Georgia games.
Like he was about a decade, and then some.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they have to keep Excalibur. There's no doubt.
Right.
Like
he's the present. Like he's the present, and there's nothing wrong with having JR and Tony Schiavone as the past. Put it all together. I if anything, probably replace Tony Schiavone with Taz. So then you have a present, you got the past, and then you have a semi-modern era wrestler that can relate, to everybody.
Well, I always liked Taz and JR when they would do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
SmackDown.
when they were together,
Yeah,
and then
they
also
were good
even
on SmackDown.
Even when they would do, when they had the brand split, but they would do the inter brand matches at WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, they were
They
good
were always
together.
great. I like
Right.
JR and Taz. I think they mesh well.
But I mean,
So
JR,
make Schiavone your backstage,
make
him your interview.
Yeah, let him be the interview guy.
And let him come in for that's. I'd love to hear Schiavone on a pay per view.
Right.
I'd like to hear Schiavone. I mean, they're all great. There's no doubt.
Right,
about it.
yeah.
I like Taz.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong. And then, now they're gonna have two shows, so why not split them
Well,
up?
we don't know what it is yet.
Right. But you're gonna have two shows, so now you have four guys that you can split between two shows.
Yep, and then maybe that's probably where they're getting at with this.
Have you listened at all or been listening at all to Grilling JR?
Oh, every week.
Yeah. The one I listened
Every week.
The one I listened to most recently was Bret Hart's return.
Yeah,
That was really
one.
good. That was
Yep.
great. And it was
Still,
because
yeah.
I text those guys because when he comes in, he's like, you know what, you don't have to worry about your balls or your ball hair or whatever he said. He's like, your dick hair.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And you hear JR, what?
You know,
I'm still on September 26th. I gotta listen to them in order. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, it's the best JR episodes though, honestly. And I mean, I hate it because it probably raises his blood pressure and puts him closer to the grave. But I like when he comes to the show and he's pissed off. Like, chapped ass JR is hilarious.
Does he get? I haven't really noticed that in any of the ones he's done so far. So unless the newer ones.
Yeah, some of the newer ones. There was one. Something with his flight. He was flying and they canceled his flight and he drove and they wouldn't give him like a car. It was something, but the airlines just like screwed him royally and he went on a like 5-10 minute rant.
See, I like that. I can listen to that.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, because I stopped. I haven't listened to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard in a while because I'm like, he's now with WWE, so he's
it's still the same.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still the same. Not much really has changed off of that show. They just did. I think the last 2 weeks though they've done Royal Rumbles, so
I gotta get in.
It hasn't been
95, which I do want to listen to that one because that was Shawn
good.
Michaels.
Yeah, it was a good.
I gotta
one.
listen to that one. Yeah, I travel, but I don't like to listen to podcasts when I travel to and travel back. It's tough.
I do. I love it.
I can't.
Dude, that road trip I took last week, 7.5 hours both ways, all it was pod. It was JR's the entire time through.
Just you listening or everybody?
I was the only one driving, so it was me.
Oh, it was you just driving.
It was just me. I was the only one that went, so which makes it even better because then it doesn't matter because I can
you don't have to worry about it.
Everyone asked me when I got back, they're like, "That's got to suck. You got to turn that around and drive 1,000 miles in 30 hours." I'm like, yeah, it does, and it would be great if someone else would drive, but
do you got to take your own vehicle?
No, I ain't rental. Actually, it's nice. I got a newer Kia Optima. Not bad.
There you go.
Not bad. And it's got the Apple Play, so I can just plug my phone in, and I got GPS and Spotify and all that. So
that's what's beautiful.
Yeah, it was
spent what
15 hours.
Do you have
JR.
that new Apple 11?
No.
So my boss, he actually has it, and he has a hearing aid. Right, it connects right to his hearing aid. So he can hear it right in the hearing. I was like, "That's fucking amazing."
Wow.
I'm a Google phone guy, and I love mine, especially because we're on a Google platform, and like we do the podcast through Google, so it's just easy for me. But I was like, "That's awesome." I was like, "Am I in your ear right now?" He's like, "Yep, go straight through." I'm like, "That's amazing." Yeah. He's like, "It is it's awesome."
All the phones are crazy, but I mean, the Apple Play is the best just because it hooks up, and I mean, even the text and everything come through and. Your GPS is going. You'll have your Spotify on, and then it'll pop up, and it like other ones will just go through it. It pauses your podcast, lets you know, hey, turn here, and then goes right back to it. It's pretty sweet. Text will come up, and you can answer them. I like it. I wouldn't get it in a Kia. Now, don't get me wrong. The car was okay, but if you're over 5'9", nah. I had the seat almost all the way back, and I was still cramped in that thing.
Yeah,
that would have been a rough road trip.
You would, don't get a Kia. You would not fit.
I know. I would never buy a car.
You're 5 inches taller than me, and like I said, I went to go sit up, to adjust or whatever, and I hit my head on the roof. I'm like, shit.
I could see him like those cars where he has to take out the front seat, so he sits in the back seat to drive.
I was about to say, you were all the way back, your knees would still probably be up a little bit. There's no doubt. Yeah,
Damn parrots.
It's not a car for small people or for big people.
Oh gosh, that's fantastic.
It's nice. It's just not for that.
So I love it. It is fantastic.
That's why we take trucks on road trips.
That's why we do. And then deer hit us. Damn deer. So what? So AEW, we got what? Private Party and Darby Allin fighting Jericho, and then Santana and Ortiz. Is that what's coming up?
No idea.
I can't remember.
And Peapod, he's at the event. He was going to send me some pictures. Haven't seen him yet, but looking forward to hopefully seeing him. We're going to see what happens, but we'll see if we get him before the end of the show. Did you, from the Rumble, going back to that, what was your favorite part of the Rumble? You too. Jake, you're out of this one.
Man, see, this is the thing. This is why we say that it was right? Because On it, the pre-match, Sheamus and Shorty G, not a bad match. It was okay. Andrade, and Carrillo, also like decent match.
Before you go into that, so we do have to mention that Andrade did get a 30-day suspension for the wellness policy.
Damn, he must have tested for some hard shit to
Rolling it up.
for me, Mr. Flair to get
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, it must have been some coke or something.
30 days.
That's out of your system too quick.
Our resident drug dealer here.
Definitely wasn't the coke.
Well,
I mean, he would have had to been doing that within days of the event. He would have had to been doing that going into the arena.
No, yeah, Bird would know about a bird.
You would know about it. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Reigns and Corbin actually was a pretty good match. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Bayley and Lacey match sucked. Fiend and Daniel Bryan was all right, but I think quite predictable. Becky Lynch and Asuka,
Seen it one too many times. One out of
Which one
10?
did we see too many times? Hell, half of those matches we've already seen 4 times at least.
Absolutely.
The women's rumble was good. I liked it.
I think
it was Roll Tide though.
Yeah, that Bianca Belair too. I like her. I think she's pretty solid.
All right, yeah.
Perry, you got what we mean by the Roll Tide, or were you thinking Bama?
I was thinking Bama.
All right, give us what you think the Roll Tide is.
What do I think it is?
Yeah, what does it refer to?
Alabama football team winning titles.
Okay, good call. Yeah, and I mean, I was disappointed that Shayna Baszler didn't win, but I mean, that's kind of something that a lot of people thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people thought it'd be Charlotte, which is why I'm sure they did that.
Well,
And she hasn't won a Rumble, so she has to. I knew it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. I had been seeing online and stuff, people commenting once they announced that she was going to be in the Royal Rumble, like everybody just started commenting, LOL, Charlotte wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of seen it coming.
Yeah, but they said that for the last 2 also, and hasn't happened. Well, not last year because she had the belt.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for the men, decent Royal Rumble. Disappointed that there weren't more NXT guys in there. Like, I want to see Walter. That dude, he was good. Yeah, they need to do something with him. Like, him and Keith Lee need to, attack Lesnar or something. Leave him land, some shit like that.
I don't think Walter's ever going to come over on the main roster.
You don't think so?
He did an interview after or no, it was kind of around the build-up for that Worlds Collide. And he was saying, they asked him about, Survivor Series. And he just, basically called out, how asinine it was. Mm-hmm. You have 3 different brands in a 15-man match and 3 guys in the ring at one time. And he basically flat out said, he wasn't even motivated. He didn't even... he was indifferent.
He looked good in the NXT match.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, he was...
I thought he looked great. I like how that guy got knocked the fuck out, too. That's even better. Took a kick right to the chin. He said he admitted it, too. He said I didn't put my chin up. He said I left it down. He goes, I deserved it. I fucked up.
Legit knocked out.
Oh, yeah. Out cold.
God damn.
Yeah, so he gets knocked out. AJ Styles gets hurt. So they have 2 injuries in 2 nights.
Right, yeah.
I was watching some... things with what the hell was that show? It was like wrestling. Oh, it's Wikipedia. So talking to people, interviewing them, and just trying to confirm if stuff on Wikipedia. What the hell did you do?
I sweat.
Damn, that's a lot. They tried to confirm or what was true or false from Wikipedia. So they're reading to CM Punk stuff, Triple H, other people. It was great. Jericho had a couple. It was great. And he's first one. He says to Jericho. So first one, on April 15th, whatever year it was, Chris Jericho died. He turns to him, are you dead? He's like, oh, that's true. And he goes into it, and he's like, I saw that, and he's like, I just chuckle and laugh. But I'll be honest, the rest of the day, I was careful as shit because I thought that walk out, get hit by a bus,
right.
And wouldn't that be karma? Will you tell for me real fast, because I want to read this after you say it. Explain Roll Tide to Parrot.
All right, man. Roll Tide is when you see pretty much any good-looking woman, man. Just Roll Tide. It's basically it's almost a country Bama's way of saying I'd hit that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read you because I could not stop laughing from Urban Dictionary. And ironically, the guy's name is Ryan, and then Clay. So this is perfect. Ryan says, "Hey man, I just raw dogged that chick doggy style and didn't even care about wafting her shit odor." Clay, roll tide. I could not stop laughing. That is so terrible.
God,
That's bad. That's bad.
That is so
That's bad.
bad.
Yeah.
And then this one's bad. Jimmy saw his hot cousin undressing in her room. Roll tide, Jimmy, as he unzips his pants.
Yep, that's about right.
Oh, that's so bad. Whew. You got it now, Jake? You
Got
gonna
it.
yell roll tide anywhere we go?
Everywhere.
Perfect. All right. So, did you see that? I'll show you this because we talk about wrestling. So the Fast 9 trailer comes out on Friday, and they start sending out pictures because our boy Cena,
Another one. Huh?
Jacked as ever.
I don't know why he's in that. I don't know why they keep coming out with him. I
I
don't
don't
get this
either.
shit anymore.
I said, how many more cars can they drive off a cliff?
I'm interested to
Many.
see how they do because they don't have Statham or Dwayne in this one.
Stop
like,
caring after the second one.
Second one. I was gonna say, me too.
The second one was terrible.
That's
That's
why
why
I
I stopped
stopped caring.
Yeah, that's the worst one too.
Tokyo Drift was right up there with the worst one.
I like Tokyo Drift.
You sat through it.
Unfortunately. Haven't seen one since.
The-
I'm proud of that.
The ones with Dwayne are good,
You're missing out.
and
No, I'm not.
No.
they were good with Dwayne.
I like them.
The
I'd rather watch Royal Rumble 2001 for the 15th time than watch Fast and Furious again.
I'd rather watch the original Fast and Furious for the 15th time than any of the new ones.
So, Bear got my son, Brian O'Connor, Paul Walker's orange car, and I already had Toretto's RC car. He had no idea. I was like, it's perfect, so
Yeah.
we're going to race. So I line him up, not knowing how fast they are. And he's like, I want the orange one. I'm O'Connell. I said, O'Connor. He's like, whatever. And I said, I'll be, he's like, you're Toretto. He knows Toretto. I'm like, great, that's perfect. So we take off. We're just drag racing down. And then we go. Toretto's car is like ridiculously fast compared to the O'Connor one. I'm like, oh shit. And then I was like, he's like, hey, you know in the movie when he flips over the semi, can we do that? So we get his toy semi, and we're just trying to drive into this damn semi, and we ended up knocking the semi over because we couldn't clip it right.
Well, at least you were true to
tried.
you were realistic. I mean, at least he hit something.
Yeah, I set O'Connor's car on fire.
There you go.
But
Oh, it's all right. The ground's hard. He's good.
watch out for that tree.
Yeah, I had somebody that a girl that's a friend on Facebook, and she was bitching. You know, it wasn't bitching. She said, "Now you all know how I feel when Kobe passed away." He said, "Now you know how all know how I feel when Paul Walker died." I'm like, nah.
No.
No.
I was like,
No.
I was like, damn, what are they gonna do about Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
And then whatever. And
Well, hell,
it
when
was
Paul Walker died, I said, who? And they said, oh, Fast and Furious guy.
Oh, Vin Diesel?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, Vin Diesel? Damn. No, not Vin Diesel. Oh, all right.
You're like the pretty one.
I'm like, which one? The white guy. Oh, wait. Oh, all right.
All right. So, a few things before we get back into some final thoughts here on wrestling. How do you feel about Bar Louie going bankrupt?
Gives a shit. It's Bar Louie.
Not that great.
I'd say the
There's
food wasn't even that good.
The time I've been in there, it wasn't even half full.
That's what you said. What did you say to me? You're like, food wasn't good.
Yeah, it's
Overpriced
it's,
drinks.
It's overpriced
Not great.
Red Robin quality food. It's not.
Red Robin's not
No,
bad.
do not hate on Red Robin.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
hating on
Red
Red Robin, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
Granite City is not worth the.
Granite City. We're talking about Bar
Or
Louie.
shit, Bar
Make up
Louie.
your mind what the hell
Bar
we're
Louie's
fucking
not.
talking
I'm
about.
saying it's not worth the
No,
money
no.
that they charge for their
Yeah.
food. It's not worth.
Yeah,
I
it
had
at
Red
all.
Robin. I wasn't impressed.
It's not bad.
I think they got good
It
burgers.
ain't
They do
bad,
have good
but
burgers.
I don't
They do
know.
it. They're
It
chili.
changed my
They're
life.
chili cheeseburgers. The bomb.
Yeah.
Chili's good. So, speaking of food,
Except for
just
Skyline chili.
it's terrible.
Exactly. It's not
So,
even chili.
Conagra Foods, you know, who does La Choy and Chef Boyardee and Marie Callender's and all that shit, Banquet, Van Camp's, Healthy Choice, they bought Pinnacle Foods, so now they're going to add Bird's Eye, Miss Buttersworth, and Vlasic Pickles. Just FYI. With wrestling, shit, got to go back here. Booker T, he is returning to wrestling. Not any of this, because he has his own promotion.
Yeah, he's got his own thing
Reality
going on right
Wrestling.
now.
So ROW, he's going back
Yep.
just for that in 2 weeks.
Is he going back as the king?
Who knows?
That was dope, though. You gotta admit, King Booker was
King Booker.
King Booker.
So
who is this rogue?
So somebody had put on one of the Facebook things. So we back at hitting people with chairs in the head now? I'm good with that.
From what?
Oh, with the Orton.
With Edge and Orton.
Yeah.
Was it when Orton was
Yeah,
hitting
he
with
did
the
a
chair in the
concerto.
Oh, I didn't watch Mondays. So
Yeah.
that'd be why.
Why not? Let's go ahead. Every now and then, it ain't gonna kill you.
And then
No, it will. See what Antonio Brown's going through?
Yeah.
Oh God, that's Vontez Burfict's fault.
Yes, it is.
Ever since that Vontez Burfict hit, he has
He
not
ain't
been the same.
Nope.
He has not been the same. So we got to get some trivia from Jeremy. So what was your favorite spot from the Rumble? Why I got
You know what? I did like the Brock Lesnar just
I did
kicking
too.
shit, suplexing and just throwing people out, man. I thought it was cool.
And I like how they played it.
Right.
Out. Because a lot of you thought Brock wire to wire. I did.
Right.
I was like, I don't want that. But
And like I seen that, I'm like, oh shit, they might actually do it.
because like I said, I had Drew. I said whoever throws him out's going to win. I think it's Drew.
Right.
And it worked out. I was surprised because he was dark horse. He
Yeah.
really was.
I think a lot of people are just burnt out on Brock right now too. Just not seeing him, and it's different now.
And
I didn't mind being in there for that long. And yeah, I mean, right when Drew knocked him out, I was like, yeah, that's over.
let's follow up with some more Royal Rumble questions. During Sunday's Royal Rumble, which female lasted the longest at 33 minutes and 20 seconds? It's a 2-point question. So I'm going to put mine in.
Jeez.
Parrots will be fun.
Yep, always.
Mine's in. And because we Kobe'd our receipts, so we can't have some things. You gonna text me?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. Well, 2 of them weren't in.
All right, so then the one that was in.
So you picked 2?
I picked 3. Because I thought of...
I'll go with this first one since it's legitimate. That's my answer too.
Bianca.
Yeah, we all said Bianca. She came in early, and so I'll just
She
send
actually
my
stayed
answer.
a while.
Correct. So give 2 points to the 3 of us. Jackass.
Yes, the Grammys were more important, sorry.
The Grammys.
Yeah, they're actually really good. I actually enjoyed it.
You're
You might as
terrible,
well
man.
just listen to the radio.
Might as well listen to it. What an idiot. What an idiot. Idiot. How cool was it to see Edge return?
Rogue.
This was probably talked about all over the place, but just in case, let's see if you guys know who his last televised match was against before he retired.
That's televised match.
So that would be the pay-per-view then.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Some top secret information.
Fucking idiot.
It says Ric Flair, doesn't it?
Nope. Close. A little bit shorter than Ric Flair.
I hate you so much, Parrot.
And you know what? That's a legitimate guess.
Same. That's what I got. Mr. Kobe Bryant.
I'm gonna say
Cody Bryant. Excuse me.
I'm gonna say. Let's see.
Shoot. Well, Darby Allin, Jeff Hardy 2.0.
Yep.
Or sober Jeff Hardy. How about that?
I'm gonna say Triple H.
No, you and I had the same thing. It was Del Rio. And we had Hornswoggle.
Of course.
Idiot. Oh, God, let's see if we're right. We got to be. That was WrestleMania 27.
Yeah, that was 27. Was it 27?
Yeah, because around 36 was 9 years ago.
I guess it was, huh? Damn.
Alberto Del Rio's correct. So
Or was it 26?
it was 27.
It's 27?
Yeah. Because
That was the same one
Michaels
Shawn
was
Michaels,
after.
yeah.
No, Michaels was
No, it is
26.
26, yeah.
And then the next year was Edge, which was just kind of blew us away. So that was 3 points on that one. All right, we should, because he's doing follow-ups. Oh, we did get the photos from our friend P to the pod.
Yeah, and I gotta do mine from last week that you happened to randomly skip.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right, last but not least, let's play an entire elimination game. This will be fun.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Okay, first off, before I go into this, who are we starting with and which way are we going?
That's Jeremy.
Okay.
He's the one doing the trivia, not us.
Who do we start with?
Not me.
I know exactly what he's going to say.
Man, when is Jack Swagger going to wrestle?
Jake Hager?
Well, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, white Oklahoman.
Jim Ross.
The young one.
That was impressive.
Yeah. And then since we're...
Okay.
All right, never mind.
No, okay. Do you have the points? Before we do this, let's go back to wrestling, and I'm going to just tell him, hold please, because I got to get your points for last week. Because I'm going to tell him we
looked like a
have
fork.
to do
Right, it did,
wrestling trivia for Bear.
Get her out of here.
Trivia for
knock her
Bear last week.
Well, you can't say that type of stuff now.
Because the order's going to be Parrot, and then least points to highest points. So that's why we got to get you on here. All right. Back to wrestling.
Oh,
stiff.
Jesus.
All right. Are you ready, my friend?
Yeah. Why didn't he kick out of that?
You got this.
Let's start with
He might be legit knocked out.
Who's that?
His hand was moving. He's fine.
I don't
Jericho?
know, man. I've seen some people get knocked the fuck out in Twitch.
He's faking it.
Oh, no, he's faking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
faking it.
Damn, he could have. Obviously, he's never been knocked out before or seen anybody get knocked out.
All right. Let's start with a really tough one. There are only 2 wrestlers to win the secondary titles in ECW, WCW, and WWF. ECW Television, WCW US, and WWEF Intercontinental. Can you name them? 3 points for each.
How many of them were there?
2. And if you can get one, you get 3. If you get the other, you get the other 3 points. You can get up to 6.
And I get how many guesses? 2?
Yeah, because we just put out our straight 2 guesses. And by the way, of the 6 names we gave, there were 6 different. We were all wrong.
Ugh. I'm gonna. Oh God.
You should say 4 guesses.
Yeah. 4 guesses.
Mine don't really count. Let's be honest.
My first. my first one will be Shane Douglas.
Correct. Very good.
I think he won the Intercontinental title as Dean Douglas, if I'm not mistaken, in WWF.
That was great. Good one. So give yourself 3 for that one.
Oh God.
Very good. Very good answer.
How do you not get that? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you.
Once I tell you who
me?
Yeah, you.
Dude.
Once I give you who we picked, you'll be like,
Yeah.
those are legitimate.
Right.
Once I give you Parrot, you'll be like, idiot.
Yeah, and you had to think ECW TV title.
But what's new?
Yeah, but there aren't that many people who were ECW and
See,
who have
that's
been
where I fucked
WWE
up.
Intercontinental.
That's where I fucked up.
Jericho?
That was mine. My other one. No. I said Jericho and Mr. Perfect. Because I couldn't think. I'm like, that was a tough one. Hornswoggle and The Rock. RVD and Christian.
Yeah, RVD. And who's the other one?
Christian.
No.
Oh, sorry, the other answer. Eddie Guerrero.
I almost said that too. But I don't remember Eddie doing anything in ECW. That's why I did.
That's where I fucked up.
Because I was sitting there going Intercontinental, and I'm like,
Yep.
WCW. I was like, okay, Eddie, Jericho.
This is good.
Rhino, honestly, was one, but I know he was never in WCW.
I got this one right, and these guys did not. For a couple Royal Rumble questions, starting off with a one-pointer. In 89 Rumble, the father was in the Final 4 wrestlers left. In 2009, the son was in the Final 4 wrestlers left. Who is the father-son duo?
What did I guess?
Yeah, I got to give you his just for fun. Rick and Charlotte Flair.
It's not a bad guess, is it?
It's terrible. They didn't have a women's Rumble until 3 years ago.
And the question was father-son. That's what made it terrible.
Oh, come on. Charlotte could be there. You
Not
never
the
know.
fact. Not the fact.
He's just as strong as some of these guys.
Oh, so Matt Riddle and his partner won
Pete
the
Dunne, yeah.
Dusty Rhodes?
What's the big deal about Riddle, man? He's kind of annoying.
I like him.
I like him too.
Bob Orton and Randy Orton.
That's right, isn't it?
No.
No?
That is
No,
who
that's who
he
I
said.
said.
I actually had it right because I remember 2009. DiBiase's Jr. was in it when the final.
Okay.
Because I almost went with Dusty and Cody, but I'm like,
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Dusty was there.
Dusty
In
was
89,
exactly.
right?
That was
Yeah,
why I
I
went
mean,
away
man.
from Dusty because I'm like, Cody, I believe,
Yeah.
was there because it was the whole legacy thing
Right.
that was going on there.
Yeah.
All right. So, 1 point. And finally, who drew number 1 and number 2 at last year's Royal Rumble?
I feel like I just watched that too. 1 and 2 at last year's
Milf
Rumble.
Maurice's roll tide.
Who?
Milf Maurice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
jeez, oh, peace.
Um,
And to think it's real this time.
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
They stayed in it for a little bit, I thought. Shit.
man.
It wasn't Rollins because he came in later because he won it. Or was it?
Milf Maurice.
Oh,
Maurice was, you can ask these boys, Maurice was my diva back in the day. I was like, oh my God.
couldn't go wrong. Neither.
When that Pourquoi hit, I'm like,
Oh,
ugh.
God. Yeah, she was that one.
Ugh.
Oh, man. I got in trouble
You've
watching
seen the
it.
stuff like back in the Playboy days, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
seen
yeah.
that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
I
just
used to
gonna
get in trouble
say.
when she come on the TV.
I don't
It was
remember.
rap.
I'm gonna go Rollins and Ambrose.
No, I actually said it earlier and I forgot. Elias and Jeff Jarrett.
That's right. Yeah.
So I said Elias and Kurt Angle, so I was off. I forgot Jeff Jarrett was in it. All right, and okay. So how many points do you have? Because this determines the order.
Shit. Let's see, I had it there. I don't remember what the fuck I just got.
Yep. So we don't want to have that awkward silence.
She looks just like the Miz.
Right.
That's crazy.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
He's not a bad looking dude.
No, it's a reminder that he outkicked his coverage.
Yes, he did.
Bitch.
Oh yeah.
And kept her, too.
I told him you got Shane Douglas. He said, "Wow, that's incredible." Just incredible. Haha.
Oh, he was trash.
All right, so it'll be me then, because with the one he just got, he's at 110. I'm at 109. I didn't add yours, but you just have a couple more.
Oh.
All right.
I'm first. We all know this.
Yeah, we know. So it'd be you, then Bear, then Cody, then me, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because you got 112, and I think you got. I think you just got one. We're gonna have to figure out a new way to do this. I ain't doing this shit anymore.
Just write down.
Or you should just write down the numbers and restart tallies.
Well, that's stupid.
That's what we'll do moving forward.
Yeah,
but
I'm
we'll
gonna
get
put it on a different sheet. I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah. Just put the total. We'll have it, and then just put it in like.
Regardless, you're last.
Regardless, I'm not winning, and you don't need to keep my points. We get it.
No, I'm going to, so we can make fun of you every week.
All right.
No.
Here we go. Last but not least, let's play an elimination game. Drew McIntyre became the 26th man to win the Royal Rumble. Other popular winners included Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, and Triple H. That leaves 20 more. Go around naming them. If you get one incorrect or repeat another answer or the 6 I named, you are eliminated. Last man standing gets 10 points. Only exception is Parrot. For each one he can name before being eliminated, he gets 5.
Who are the ones that he named that we can't
yeah,
pick?
let
So
me
I can
write
write
these
that
down.
down.
All right.
Right.
So
Stone Cold.
I can't write them down. So if you just tell me when we go. So Stone Cold,
Okay.
Hulk Hogan,
Okay.
Shawn Michaels,
Hold on.
Okay.
The Rock,
Okay.
Triple H, and then of course Drew McIntyre.
We're not picking McIntyre, right?
Can't pick McIntyre.
And there's how many more?
20.
Okay.
All right, so let's see if I go out in the first.
All right.
Let's see if I go out in the first round.
Right.
Cena, did he win?
I'm typing these as we go.
Yes.
I thought he did.
I'm going to say that's Parrot. Give Parrot 5.
At least I didn't get skunked. Hopefully.
Jim Duggan.
He said 5 points for Parrot! Exclamation points. Duggan, correct.
Ric Flair.
We're just getting 1 point.
Yes. And I'm asking him a question before I put this in. Because I want to ask him how he
The real
phrases
question
this.
is. The real question.
You'll
is,
understand why.
Did Hornswoggle
Okay.
ever win?
So I had to ask this.
Almost.
So I'm going to go Bret Hart.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Parrot, on you.
Taker.
It's a good one, man.
I'm
That's a good one. You're surprised. I am proud of you right now. I am proud of you. Man.
I'm proud of him too.
I'm proud of you. You got more than what I thought you would have.
He said, dang, he's on a roll.
Yeah, right. You might fuck around and run the.
Fuck around and get a triple double.
Did he give you an answer to that or no?
And he said, tell him Hornswoggle did not win one.
Good, because that was my next guess.
Just in case he thinks about that.
Did he give you an answer to that or no?
What?
To your question.
Yes, he did.
And so I can pick Luger?
Correct.
Okay.
You knew where I was going with it.
That's what I wanted to ask before I picked.
If we're going that route, then Lex Luger.
I just
No,
said
he
that.
just said Luger.
That's what I just said.
Well, who said?
I
You
said
Bret
Bret
Hart.
Hart,
yeah.
You said Luger. I mean Batista. My bad. Since we're going that route. And then
I said Vince
Vince.
McMahon.
Okay. Really?
99.
yep.
He said yes. Because I said Vinner. Because I didn't spell it right first.
Oh, here we go.
It's on me again.
If you get this
Oh.
one, be impressed.
How many is that now?
I've gotten 2.
Thank you.
That's all that matters.
Eight,
ain't it?
technically, but realistically, it's only 7. Unless
Did
he's counting.
Dude.
He's counting them as
Okay,
they're
so-
separate.
so
That's
we
why I
have no-
asked.
so we have
Randy
no-
Orton win one?
There you go.
Correct.
Oh shit. Let's see.
15 points. This is the most I've scored all year.
You had 55 total coming into this, so
Dude, I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to think what years are left. I'm trying to go through the years.
Because that's... So we got 10 to go, right?
Damn,
Yes.
still that many?
still
Yep.
10.
Still 10 to go.
All right, Roman Reigns.
You can just. I was about to say you can just start throwing darts here.
Oh, there's another old.
Correct.
man.
I'm going to type mine in. I'm going way back. Big John Studd.
No. He didn't win a Royal Rumble.
Wait, what
He
years
won the
was
second
this
one.
again?
He won the second one.
He won the second Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he did.
It was Hacksaw.
That's why I always get
And
And
confused.
Big John Studd.
because
Because
when we
I
had
think Hogan would win, and it was 2 terrible guys first.
when we had the question of
What
who
years
won
was
the
this
first
again?
Rumble, I always get confused.
All of the last 26
Yeah,
years.
that's
there's-
more
okay,
of a
so
trick
there's-
question anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying because they only had 20
Right.
people.
I'm telling him, on to Parrot, hold.
See, like, I have 2 here, and I don't know which one. Man.
You got your list.
I'm going to
Does he
go...
get eliminated or no?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He's been in it this whole time.
Well, that's
If you
what I'm
if
saying.
you don't get one, you're
Ask
out.
ask him if I can have one hiccup.
No.
Nah, man, you already
You
get
get
5 points.
All right.
He said, "Come on, hold on, come on, Parrot, keep the streak going."
Rey Mysterio.
What? Hold on.
I said Rey Mysterio, but I also want to go with the Big Show. So
So what's your pick?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Rey
man.
Mysterio for the mask.
There you go. One time. Go ahead. Look at it.
Fucking right.
Look at Gump.
He said, "Correct."
Keep
Wait,
running.
So did Big Show not win one?
Keep running.
Can I at
Forrest.
least have that so I don't guess it next time?
Yeah, no, he didn't win.
Did he
Okay.
study up on the Rumble this past week?
I know wrestlers.
Keep running, Forrest. Keep running.
So we
Look at
got 2, 4, 6, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12.
That
That's
guy-
13, right?
Yeah.
that. Yeah, goddamn. Gump.
So the biggest Royal Rumble, Mr. Alberto Del Rio.
Beautiful.
Lucky for me, when big wrestling events come on, I watch all of them. Pretty fresh in my brain here.
Correct on the ADR.
12, 14. We got 6 left.
6 left. YokozuMa.
There
Nice.
you go. Good one.
6 left, so that's 5
That's
left.
5 left.
Give me Seamus.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, I gotta tell him. On to Parrot.
4 left. I'm running out of space here.
Oh shoot.
Jeff Hardy.
Unfortunately, you're gonna be eliminated.
That's fine. I got 5 right.
That was a good one though,
Right.
man. You had a good run.
Dude, we gotta give him. He got 20 points.
You had a good run.
Very good run.
You had a good run.
He said he did not think we could run the table on this one. On to Parrot. Jeff Hardy. Good guess, but no.
Brock Lesnar.
He wasn't in the list, right?
No, he wasn't on the list.
He said, "Great job, Parrot."
Thanks. I got to take a Parrot PP now.
I'm gonna scroll back up and read and make sure he didn't put Brock in there because
No,
I'm pretty
he
sure he
didn't.
did.
No, you said
No.
it was Stone Cold, Hogan,
Yeah.
HBK, Rock, Triple H, and McIntyre.
Right.
It was Stone Cold. Okay, good. Let me make sure. Just I want to read my shit so I don't fuck you up. And if I do, I would give it back to you.
So that's 17.
Correct.
17. There's 3 left.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, who's it on?
You.
Shit. All right. As I know there's a point in time where I did not watch either, and this is where I'm losing it. Boy, oh boy. You said Sheamus already. I can't really think anybody that's left that they would actually have. Hell.
Sounds like
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins.
Dude, that pink dress.
One more to go.
that was going to be mine.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
One more to go.
Edge.
That's
Done.
correct.
Right?
Edge, you're right. So
I
us
thought
three
one
are
of you guys
still.
have said that already.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, there we go.
Edge. So we can tell him,
All right.
wow, that was impressive. So we got to give it to Parrot.
Yeah.
He's not here. He stepped
My
up.
boy Perry came through in the
got
clutch.
4.
Man. Came through in the clutch.
Cena, what do you get? Cena, Taker, Orton, and Mysterio. I mean, the 4 almost obvious ones out of that, but all right.
The
that's
4
fair.
he would know.
He said, well, the rest of you all get 10 points. So the 3 of us get 10.
For getting them? Or
Yeah, because we ran the table.
Ooh, I
we all
forgot
get 10
about
points. He didn't finish with us.
Oh, after already what we did.
Yeah,
So
because
an
we all
extra
won.
10 points.
So it's perfect that we tie on a rumble.
Yeah.
We ran the table. Parrot.
I know I did great. I should have won that low key.
So he said, I thought Big John Studd would confuse you guys because a couple weeks ago I remember you guys weren't sure if he won a Rumble or not. Well, Jeremy, I will tell you that I have been watching the Royal Rumble, so...
Well, it wasn't that we weren't sure. It's that I always thought he won the first one. I knew he won a Rumble. I just always thought he was the first one and Duggan was the other. I just get them mixed up.
Right.
And also they kind of almost
They
look the
look
same.
alike, yeah.
Yeah. They're
So
both big,
2 inch
fat with
difference,
beards.
yeah. Right?
So final thought, and he said, the rest of you guys get 10. I do not think I could have done that. I think we did a great job between the 3 of us. That was fun. That was a great one. Dude, you were out peeing. We commended you for getting 4. He's like, my Parrot coming through in the clutch.
That's right.
Because you
See,
got
I may not
4.
know. I may not know a bunch about the whole wrestling history
Yeah, you
and
know
all
enough.
that, but I do know of wrestlers.
So-
So I did used to be big into it when I
You know
was
it, yeah.
younger.
So
You
there
know
was
enough.
So there was 16 answers the 3 of us got, right? So we got 5,
Yep.
5, and 6. So you end up with 16. He and I get 15, and you got 20. So it worked out, dude. I did not think the fact that you got 1 impressed me. The fact that you got 4
who'd I
blew
get?
me away.
Who'd I get? Cena, Taker,
Mysterio and Orton.
Orton.
Orton, and Mysterio.
Yep. I'm proud of you.
I wouldn't have guessed any of those. I mean, maybe I wouldn't have guessed Luger. I don't know who that is. I don't know who. Benoit was, or Sheamus, or Yokozuna. I know. Was he Yokozuna? was he a big? Was he like a bigger dude?
You just got your title.
Yeah.
YokozuMa.
The title of the show. And it'll be with a YokozuMa question mark?
Or John Studd. I mean, I don't know any of them.
YokozuMa. And that's the name of the episode.
I'll take my wins where I can get
Can we
them,
just
people.
say, who is YokozuMa?
Who is YokozuMa?
Parrot story.
Yeah, who is YokozuMa? Parrot for the win. So it's off now, but he had some good seats. Trying to get in there. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thank you to All Wear Clothing, Crandall's Quality Lawn Care, Tim at Verizon, Cassandra at PNC, Sparty Steve, and
Whoa, look out.
the Burt, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
Yummy.
I've tried to burp when I talk. It's crazy. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
20-point Parrot.
YokozuMa for the win.
Who is this rogue?